time is past midnight. A settled darkness. The town is like a dark sea that only has moonlight to illuminate it. The clouds are moving. There's no wind at ground level. Way up in the sky, the air is roaring, letting the overlapping clouds flow. There's some wind. Maybe she can hear the wind. Looking up at the wind in the sky, she mutters quietly. No. The one standing quietly in the yard, glaring at the sky, is a girl called Saber. Her golden hair is beautiful, even in the dark night, and her clear green eyes are watching the appearing and disappearing moon. She casts a glance to the corner of the yard. There's an old shed, and her master's sleeping.
Is this me? Like, is this my inner monologue?
Yes, this is Saber.
Should I be talking, like, the whole time?
Well, it's still saying, like, and her master is sleeping. He's speaking.
Okay. But this is still my line?
Yeah.
Okay. It does not matter if you say you do not want to fight.
A clang. The echo of steel melts into the night without reaching anyone. The moon disappears and appears. In an instant, the clouds in the sky float past. The girl's appearance has completely changed. Heavy, hard silver armor. Her figure covered in blue clothes. It's not something you can call a girl now. No. Impregnable defenses made from magical energy, overpowering others.
A lot of this did not age well.
Japan gender roles? Bad?
What?
And an invisible sword, hidden by magical energy beyond human levels. You know, it's hard too because, like, when you're translating girl, you'd be translating, like...
Her name?
The use... Well, that, but also if it said, like, she can't be a girl, girl would mean, like, a young girl, wouldn't mean, like, woman, right?
Right.
And so you're saying, like, I don't remember the exact word for girl, but...
Shoujo?
Yeah, right, you'd be saying that she's not, like... Because girl means more of a hard, like... In America, you call adult women girls.
That's true.
Whereas that's... I think that's not as much of a thing. I think that's kind of an America thing, or at least an English thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to defend this writing. It's definitely problematic.
I couldn't remember if you had read the last sentence or not.
That figure, said to be invincible on the battlefield, proves their existence to this day. Even with the invisible sword, Her Majesty proves that she's an excellent swordsman. That is why she is Saber. The one said to have the greatest power of the seven servants, the hero of the sword. A knight among knights, true to decorum and acting on its master's orders. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she is an ideal swordsman who will not disobey her master. But that ends today. She's hereby disobeying her master's order. No, she's not disobeying her master. She has considered how to make her master win, and the result of her decision is this.
He is too easygoing. He will just be killed by another master like this.
But her master this time will not be able to fix his personality. So it will be her role to devote herself to being heartless. If the master's not going to fight, his sword will have to fight.
The wound has not healed yet. I cannot hope for supply of magical energy from my master.
But still, there will be no hindrance of that. Confirming her own abilities, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no more interest in the shed her master is sleeping in. As she has taken arms, the only thing in her is the will to defeat her enemy. The moon glooms. The moon glooms. Gloom moons. Just as a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the house.
I also felt the same way about moon glooms.
Good, I'm glad. She runs through the darkness. The silver night runs through the sleeping town. There's only one destination, the sacred mountain on the outskirts of town, the Ryudo temple located on top of it. Even Saber understands how hard it'll be to single-handedly kill the master of the temple. As Shira says, it's obvious she'll suffer great injury. In the worst case, she'll be the one killed. But what kind of a servant would she be if she couldn't do something like this? The servant supported by their superior abilities and the pride that they've built up. They have pride as heroes and confidence that they are the strongest, who have fought through many battles. To use a heroic spirit passed down in honor from the ancient times, so defeat will not be acceptable, no matter who the enemy is. No, even imagining defeat is unforgivable. Even though some childish parts remain, she's no exception. Because she's crowned with the name Saber, she cannot ignore her pride. Her pride will not allow her just to observe when faced with an enemy. Therefore, she will not falter, no matter what kind of trap is waiting, and all she can do is challenge by herself. If they say there's no chance of victory, she'll create one with her own sword. The sword in her hand is a fine sword that's defeated many foes. As she has the invisible air, there's nothing for her to fear. She runs through the mountain pass and up to the road to the temple. What awaits her after the mountain pass are great stone stairs.
I like how when we came here together, we got fucking murked, and now she's going by herself, and it's gonna be this is the way it was supposed to be.
Well, we didn't never see what happened to Saber. We saw Shiro get murked.
Oh, that's
He
true.
got teleported out.
This is
fuck, so stupid. I knows you.
This is certainly.
This is different from the Huda Temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is dead. The ley line of the land is already contaminated. This place is a land of death. Once entered, one will not be able to exit alive. But there's no hesitation. Saber's speed does not drop one bit as she runs up the steps. She runs through the scene. The sound of her kicking the stone steps echoes in the air, and the mountain starts to squirm noisily. There are long stairs. The temple gate's far away, even for Saber, who's running like an arrow. To run such a long distance without being detected is impossible. There will certainly be a surprise attack. The gate should not be easily reached. But no matter what scheme awaits, the only thing to do is defeat it and advance. Nothing can stop her now. Even if Berserker appears, she'll break through it. That is the product of her determination and confidence. And at the top, when she's about to reach the temple gates, that obstacle appears.
Oh yeah, we never decided who was gonna be assassin.
I guess if it's just him and Saber here, I can do assassin.
Okay.
Saber stops. Sorry, I'm thinking of a voice.
Yeah. What does he sound like again? God, I remember this fucking cooking with the Emiya family more than I remember Fate fucking staying Unlimited Bladeworks.
He says like 3 words. With them, a family.
I know. It's like,
Ooh,
thank you. Yeah. Sandwich.
Even she, determined to beat any enemy, is surprised by this enemy. A natural emotion. The gallant figure of the man that appears is far too lacking in enmity and unbelievably free of any openings.
You.
Stopping, Saber readies her invisible sword. The man with the moon in his back wards off Saber's killing intent as for just a light breeze.
A samurai.
She must be surprised by an opponent she's heard of but never seen before. Her second Holy Grail war. Even for she who has seen many heroic spirits, this is a first for a servant like this. Sweat forms on Saber's brow. Not because of fear, but because it is incomprehensible. It's not as if there haven't been strange servants like him before. There should be no servant more mysterious and suspicious than Archer from last time. In comparison to that, the servant in front of her has no fearful aspects, nor a fearful weapon. That is why it's strange. Nothing can be felt from the man. There's no doubt that he's a servant, but there's no sense of any magical energy, nor a hero's noble phantasm. So beating him should be easy. It is true this match would be over in one blow, but her instincts tell her this. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a way to seize a certain kill. She cannot approach. It could be said the range of the man's weapon, the Japanese katana, is hard to judge, but above it, Saber's location is at a disadvantage.
This does seem like a rather large sword.
Yeah, I think it's pretty long. Above and below the stairs. There's about 5 meters between them. She would certainly receive that sword before she could run up and rush it. Nothing can be felt from that sword. It should be easy to repel it. So she should not hesitate and rush in, but Saber instinctively understands she cannot close in without care. She adjusts her stance slightly and glares at the enemy in front of her. His identity is unknown, but she should at least determine the class of the samurai.
I ask of you, which servant are you?
Saber asks, not expecting an answer. With a smile. Servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro.
Oh wow, he just says his whole name.
Servant says so as if singing. Servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro.
What?
It's only natural for Saber to be surprised. Servants should hide their identities. Where in the world would you find a servant that just comes out with it himself?
What are you?
It is rude to ask like that. It's only natural to name oneself before a match, is it not? All the more so if the opponent's a fair one as you are. I would not expect for you to make a face like that. Assassin, the man who called himself Sasaki Kojiro, continues as enjoying Saber's confusion. Saber surely does not know that this servant is a swordsman who wielded a katana called Manahoshi Zao, and was often rumored to have no match in this large world.
Hold on, this is kind of loud. It's probably just loud for me. I just want to make sure that it wasn't louder than you.
I can speak up to him, be kind of quiet. No, what would change, even if she knew? His birth is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. His story was only told through word of mouth. There was only one who knew the existence of this swordsman, that being the worthy rival of the rare skilled swordsman, the one being his only enemy who defeated the man called Sasaki Kojiro. One cannot call this person a hero. The servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is in existence quite unlike Saber. What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who is usually not treated as a hero?
But
there are only two truths in front of her right now. That this man in front of her is her enemy, and that he has given his name.
oh, okay. You have me. It is the etiquette of a knight for me to introduce myself if I am given your name.
Saber's voice in reply is heavy. For her, it's too risky to state her true name. She cannot reveal her true name no matter what torture she receives, and she has no intention of revealing it. But that is only for the sake of victory. She cannot disgrace the faith of the knight for such a thing.
You called yourself Kojiro. Servant assassin. I am.
Stop. I see. You are the kind that must introduce yourself in return if given my name. No, it was I who was rude. Clink. Assassin descends the stairs elegantly and confronts Saber. I do not intend to know my enemy like that. For us, these swords shall be enough to know our enemies. Am I wrong, servant Saber?
What?
It should not be that surprising. I do not know what it is you are holding, but the pressure on your body is that of a swordsman. That dazzlingly beautiful aura of swordsmanship. Who else could you be but Saber? Another step. Assassin descends the stairs and directs the point of his sword at Saber. I do not care about your true name. There will only be the fact that Servant Saber suffered defeat by my sword. There is nothing to discuss. From the beginning, servants are such beings, are they not? The swordsman smiles happily.
I see. Certainly that is true.
Answering, she readies her sword close to her. That is good. Then let us duel, Saber. I must see your sword skills, said to be the best among all servants. the silver light jumps. Hardness and softness. The fight between two very different swords begins under the moonlight.
That was the whole interlude?
Oh, status and weapon screen updated. Status and weapon screen updated.
Yeah, I can read. Sasaki Kojiro. Neutral evil. 90-centimeter long sword.
That's absolutely tall. Saber was 70 centimeters.
Yeah, she's 5 feet tall. The sword is as long as her body.
No, wasn't Ryder 70 centimeters? Because they were like,
Oh.
Ryder's so tall.
Yeah, so Ryder was 70 centimeters, and that was 5'7". So what is this, like?
This is... Wait.
I don't have my phone near me.
90 centimeters is 3 feet.
What?
I can't.
That's not right. Did you put in 9?
No, I'm looking at it. Am I dumb? Oh god, I feel so stupid. I don't...
Wait, what? Oh, she was 170, not 70.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
We're dumb.
I was like, what the fuck? Where did we go wrong? I knew that couldn't have been, like...
Oh,
I
God. Can you imagine a 5-foot-long sword? Jesus Christ.
A 3-foot-long sword is still incredibly long.
Yeah. But then when he saw that drawing, I was like, yeah, it's totally 5 feet long. God, that is so fucking funny. So he's a hero, but not a hero?
I guess they said that most people wouldn't consider him a hero, right?
Right.
Terrified during a battle against Miyamoto Musashi. Oh, Musashi's the girl with 2 swords in FGO that gets like the double attack on her busters. You probably know her before.
Probably.
I think Billy has her as his saber. It's his biggest rival, apparently. It's got Mind's Eye Fake. Resistance to changes in visibility caused by visual interference. Also called the Sixth Sense or Prescience. An innate talent to sense danger.
Of course we don't know his noble phantasm.
Not yet.
I like how he's like a 1-star character in fucking Fate Go.
I think it's 2. I think he's 2. We're not gonna read. Do you want to read his weapon thing too, or?
Oh.
I don't care that much.
Didn't we look at his weapon?
No, weapon's separate from status. Remember, it's its own menu.
Oh. Oh. Oh, because this is our... Okay.
Oh, do you want me to... I can read this, I guess.
No. Laundry hanging pole is only a nickname, and its real name is unknown. Wait, is that what Monohoshi's oust is?
That's yeah, Monohoshi's now literally laundry hanging pole.
That's fantastic.
According to records, it'd be 90 centimeters long, but the Monohoshi Zao assassin wields in this story is 150 centimeters long, and its range is about that of a spear.
Jesus. Okay, so that one would be 5 feet long.
Yeah, that's about.
We were right.
Travis sword must be made such a length out of the question. It will be effective in a one-on-one battle, but its length and weight would be troublesome to use in a large-scale combat. There are no swordsmen able to use this long sword satisfactorily other than assassin with skills surpassing functions. It's got a washing pole. That's what they call Sephiroth's sword too.
Oh. Sephiroth has a laundry hanging pole?
Yeah. It's also just a dummy long sword. It's like Sephiroth's is more dummy long. I wake up with a burning pain in my chest. I feel like I've had an ominous dream. What? My chest hurts? It feels like my heart is hot. No, it's more like forcibly having heat driven into my heart from outside. From outside? A small doubt. Before I think what it could be, my body starts to run. Saber, you here? I open the Fusuma and rush into the room Saber should be sleeping in. She's not here. Don't tell me she... No, it has to be. She's not here. She must have gone to Ryoto Temple by herself. Idiot. Why? You're not fully healed, so why? I'm so angry, it gives me a headache.
I'm in entire mood.
I didn't say I don't want to fight. I just flashed it. Didn't want her to be hurt like that. God, nothing will happen sitting here. I have to hurry to Rito Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. No, I don't know what good I'll be even if I go there, but there should be something I'm able to do. Jeez, you're a girl, so be more docile. I run. This is just the shitty take of 14-year-old Shiro. He gets called out for it too, at least.
Yeah, it's so funny because he's surrounded by like 5 women who are all very competent people.
Yeah, and all of them go, this is a really shit take. And he refuses to change. I run outside without changing, take out the bike near the entrance, and start to pedal with all my might. I go down the hill with no brakes. About 40 minutes to Rito Temple, even if I hurry. I don't know when Saber left, but I have to catch up to her, and every minute counts. Fight assassin for 40 minutes? Oh, back to the interlude. The points of the swords cross.
What is this music?
The swords are swung many times. Numerous blows. The sword and the katana repel each other, scattering sparks. The session of more than a few dozen blows does not change the positions of the two. Assassin, positioned above, does not retreat even a step. And Saber, trying to ascend the stairs, is unable to draw near and uselessly waste time and spirit.
Huh?
Saber rushes in again. Assassin swings his longsword without difficulty, defends completely against Saber's charge. No, it isn't as simple as defending. If Saber's sword is lightning, Assassin's sword is a hurricane. Even though it does not match Saber in speed or power, its elastic tracks parry Saber's every blow. And the counter increases speed and flows towards Saber's neck like a strong wind. When Saber steps in again after avoiding that attack, the sword she's avoided comes at her again in no time. In contrast to the straight path Saber's sword takes, Assassin's sword takes a curved path. Assassin's blade is graceful, but since it moves in an arc, it does not take the shortest route. So we shouldn't be able to make it in time against Saber's sword moving in a straight line, but there's something about Assassin that reduces the difference to 0. The charge stops. Her sword won't make it in time against the sword's counterattack. She steps back, knowing the only way she can avoid is to retreat. Assassin's swordplay is fascinatingly beautiful, but at the same time, it's so fast that it's hard to follow. Is that contradiction because of Assassin's skill, or the unfavorable position of attacking someone on higher ground? Without a definite answer, she avoids the sword pursuing her and parries the point trying to pierce her neck. When she notices, she's retreated a few more steps. It's such a long sword. It should be easy to go inside on him once she's parried it away once, but she somehow cannot manage to do so. The enemy's excellent skill, but definitely disadvantageous ground. Saber bites her lip, thinking she would not have this much trouble with that long sword on flat ground.
It is indeed hard to fight against. I did not imagine... Oh. I got to the invisible sword line and went,
It is indeed hard to fight against. I did not imagine an invisible sword would be this troublesome. Assassin does not move. For him, this is only a battle of defense. He has no need to chase the retreating Saber without reason, nor forsake his advantage of higher ground. I believe this is the first time you've even seen a katana, is it not? My sword is heresy, and will slice the head of one of average skill. I'm happy you blocked this much, Saber. On top of that, your drive is marvelous. You're able to do so much with that small body of yours. Your body must indeed be well trained. As he has no need to keep attacking, Assassin observes Saber calmly. His sword wavers, losing strength. She cannot charge as if that's an opening. There are no stances for that man. He can only use that longest sword if he can swing it from any position. What? It cannot be that this is the end. That invisible sword's not just mere show, is it not?
Quit your impudent talk!
The katana crash. Alright, I'm correct. The longsword stops in empty space. Assassin smiles and looks at his sword, blocking the invisible sword, parries her sword, and Saber defends herself from the blow to her neck. Even Saber knows that it's because of her invisible sword that she's able to block Assassin's unfamiliar techniques. The invisible sword confuses the opponent's senses in both offense and defense. That's why Assassin does not follow through too much. As he does not know how long Saber's sword is, it's too dangerous for Assassin to close in on Saber. If Assassin ever goes to attack Saber, that will be when Saber tries to smash Assassin's head. That blow is perfectly dodged by Assassin, who merely retreats a bit. Alright, I see it now. The blade is roughly 3 shaku long and 4 sun wide. The shape is like your name, Saber. It is a typical Western sword. He talks calmly, but it does not even need to be said how good his judgment is. Saber's blows are too fast to perceive, even if the sword can be seen. But not only does he defend against the invisible sword, but he's figured out its shape.
I cannot believe it. You have measured my sword without using any magic nor exchanging blows with me.
Oh, are you surprised? This is just a street performance. As I am an unorthodox sword user, I only improve on such techniques.
I see. It was your way of fighting not to meet any of my blows, but parry them. I see the term unorthodox comes from how much of a coward you are.
Ha! No, forgive my rudeness in not locking blades with you. I have this long sword. It'll break if I fight off your sword. It must be your style to compete in power, but I cannot do so. I cannot lock blades with you and compete strength with you. The katana is always such a sword. Western swords cut with their weight and power, but our blades cut with speed and technique. It is no wonder our fighting styles are mismatched, is it not? But, well, this is somewhat unentertaining. Now's a good time, Saber. Stop hiding your true powers.
Assassin, are you saying I'm going easy on you?
Are you saying you are not? I do not know your intentions, but you're taking me lightly fighting with your sheath on. Are you telling me I'm not worthy to fight seriously? Still seems as if you'll not comply with my request. Fine, then this is it. If you're unwilling to do so, I'll show you my secret technique first. Saying so, the swordsman with the long sword comes down next to Saber.
What?
To relinquish his advantage of being overhead is the same as losing for Assassin. Assassin is certainly a skilled swordsman, but that's only with the conditions of these geographical features. If they were to fight at the same level, it's possible for Saber to repel Assassin's attack and slash his neck. But Assassin would know this as well. So why? Be ready, or you will die, Saber. Saber's instincts react to that voice. He's telling the truth. Maybe you should have had Assassin. It's not like Saber talks when Saber fights.
Does that mean I'm him from now on?
Sure. Because Shira's gonna show up, presumably, too, right?
Yeah.
I'm just, like, sitting here like, are you getting bored? Because I'm just... just going. It is not advantageous at all for Saber that Assassins come down. The instincts that have got her through numerous battles warn her of her misunderstanding. She readies her sword at once. There's no time to hesitate. She only has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his longsword. 3 meters of distance between them. That is a stance the swordsman has not yet shown in this battle.
Okay, so we're doing a softer, dreamy voice?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'd been doing.
Secret technique. Oh, wait, wrong one. Is this me?
I think that was...
Saber?
You got it right.
Assassin? Okay.
I think Assassin said it. Saber charges it. The longsword's useless now. As long as she's inside its range, its length will backfire. But...
I swear to God, if I have to speak German again.
No, just Japanese.
Subame Gaishi. Gaishi? Gaishi? Gay? G-A-E?
Gaishi.
Gaishi?
Gaishi. Such logic does not exist with the swordsman.
You set me up for failure.
I knew it was coming. The lightning strikes. An evil strike that attacks with speed, overwhelming Saber. But it's not as if Saber cannot block such an attack. She moves her attacking sword to defense, and she repels Assassin's full power attack.
Got it?
Even Assassin will have an opening if that attack is repelled. In the small instant where she tries to slice Assassin's stomach. In that instant, Saber trusts her instincts and rolls down the stone steps. She rolls down as if fleeing. She doesn't even soften her landing. Saber spins her body frantically and rolls down the stairs without killing her speed. Saber stops rolling and stands back up. She stares at the swordsman standing calmly.
Oh, you've dodged my secret technique, as expected of Saber. You are unlike the swallow. I do not believe it. That cannot be. No, it is nothing much. It is just something I thought of when considering how to hit swallows.
He raises his longsword a little, as if to trace the movements of the technique that inspired fear in Saber.
Can you see it, Saber? Swallows avoid the sword by feeling the wind. It does not matter how fast your sword is. You cannot swing a sword without shaking the air, correct? The swallows feel this shaking and change their direction of flight. So no one could kill the swallows with one blow, no matter what kind of blow it was. A sword is only a straight line, after all. It is only natural for it to be unable to apprehend the swallow, which can move vertically and horizontally. Thus, you only have to surround its escape route. Use one blow to attack the swallow, and use your second blow to catch the escaping swallow as it reads the wind. But they are fast. The second blow cannot come in time with this longsword. If I wanted to get the swallows, I would have to do both attacks at about the same time. But such a thing is beyond human abilities. I accepted such a thing was impossible, but... unfortunately, I had nothing else to do. They say determination is key to success, but when I noticed it was like this, a worthless idea to kill a swallow became a secret technique that creates a prison with many slashes.
In her mind, Saber disagrees with Assassin's words. It's wrong. That technique is not as simple as that. About the same time? No. The two blows came at exactly the same time. Assassin's Sasaki Kojiro's longsword doubled its existence for just that instance.
Saber?
Yeah, I think so.
Multi-dimensional refraction phenomenon. Keisher Zelrich, a servant that has reached the level of a noble phantasm with mere skill.
Fuck, Zelrich is definitely a name I've heard before. Oh.
Do you have to Google it? Is it gonna bother you if you don't Google it?
Yeah.
We can Google it. Is it some of the German we were yelling in the beginning of the game?
He's one of the fucking craft essences I have.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. Yeah, he'll. Don't worry about it. You shouldn't look it up.
Okay.
Stuff I had forgot. Definitely not in the anime, I think.
Okay.
Did you read that all already?
Yeah, I read my sentence.
Right.
That one's yours.
That fact is what should be admired. The one blow made it clear. Sasaki Kojiro does not have a noble phantasm like heroic spirits have. He has only his demonic technique, made possible by his godlike skill. It is impossible for this mere humans equal to heroic spirits armed with noble phantasms. But the foothold was bad. Tsubame Gaishi originally has 3 slots. Oh, hold on.
I was like, do you want to beat him again? I was gonna let you do your thing.
It's fine.
But the foothold was bad. The Tsubame Geishi originally has 3 slashes. If this place were a bit wider, I could have added the horizontal slash as well. Sorry. Spud kicked something in the living room and I heard it. Minerva has like one of those toys that has a ball that's like trapped in it so it permanently spins in a circle. So like he kicked it so you hear the and then he goes, ah, fuck!
That is funny.
I would assume so. It would not be effective without that. If everything is to happen at the same time, the second blow has to be slower. Wait. Yeah, okay. To compensate for that, there should be a third horizontal attack to prevent the opponent from dodging sideways. You catch on quickly. That must be why you were able to avoid my secret technique. You are wonderful, Saber. I have cursed myself for being summoned in this world, but that will end tonight. If I am able to battle someone I can fully use my secret attacks on, it is well worth being summoned.
I hope the secrets attack a tickle.
Jesus Christ!
How long did you put your chicken things in before?
I put it in for 7 minutes, and then I shook them, and then I put them in for another 7 minutes.
Okay, so I hit the chicken button, and it was like 40 minutes, and I was like, nope!
Yeah, I trust none of the buttons on that
Okay,
thing.
great.
Frying.
Yeah, he's using the air fryer.
It tries to go for 40 minutes.
Well, I think it's cooking like raw chicken.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like has frozen pre-cooked chicken.
Right.
So like,
Makes sense.
no. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, the presets are for like raw meats.
Assassin readies his sword once again and comes down the stairs. He must be after Saber's neck. Saber's not confident she'll be able to avoid that secret technique again. Like Lancer's Gay Bulk, Assassin Tsubame Gaishi is something that cannot be allowed to begin. No, unlike Gay Bulk, that allows you to find a countermeasure once you find out it'll go for the heart. There are no possible counters for Assassin's secret technique, even when you know about it. If there is a countermeasure, it's only not to let him use it. To beat it, she must attack him with her strongest blow before Assassin uses that technique.
I see. Certainly you are not someone I can go easy on.
She lowers her arms. She lowers her sword as if to stick it into the ground. She glares at Assassin, who is approaching her.
So you are finally ready to do so?
Assassin stops ascending the steps and readies himself for a certain kill. Saber looks at him bravely.
I too have no complaints. Will you be able to take my attack, servant assassin?
Saber releases her own restraints. The air shakes. As if acting in response to her will, the sword erupts with a massive amount of wind. Assassin retreats a bit. The wind pressure released from Saber is extraordinary. Not only Assassin, but even the large, firm trees of the forest are shaking and creaking. It is a flow of wind like an explosion. The trapped air is released and explodes outwards. This raging wind that would easily blow away a normal person is coming out from Saber's sword. That is the power of her sword. Invisible air is a sword that has wind sealed in it. The sword that covers itself in compressed wind changes the refraction of light to make it look invisible. So this phenomenon occurs once the wind is released. The released wind seeks escape and emits itself chaotically into the surroundings. In that instant, it's the commanding magic of the sword that allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. The saber possessing incredible amounts of magical energy, she should be able to hold this boundary field for a few minutes. As proof, her sword is still invisible, even though she has already released this much wind.
It is like a typhoon, but
The power of the raging wind does not abate. The wind emitting from Saber's sword is about to engulf Assassin.
it cannot be just this. I will find out what is behind all this. Saber!
Assassin closes in against the blinding, raging wind. Saber's arms move. To attack Assassin, who is calmly advancing in the strong wind that allows no approach, the sword clad in wind roars. Interlude end. Out.
It's just right there. All you gotta do is read. Status screen updated.
Give us one of Saber's abilities.
Did it?
Oh, I guess we learned about Tsubame Kaishi also.
Oh, yeah. Because it's not actually double phantasm, it's just...
Right. We also have knowledge of foremost harmony and transparency.
Like, whatever that means.
What the hell is that? What greets me at the Ryudo Temple is a typhoon-like sound of wind. That's... Saber's there, right? At the top of the steps, in front of the temple gates, is an armored figure like Saber, confronting a figure in a kimono. The wind surrounds Saber, and the trees are creaking as if being pushed by her. God damn, is it even possible to get near her like this? I can't even open my eyes because of the strong wind. I manage to get to the steps looking down, but the wind gets stronger. No, I can't. Get near Saber. I can see Saber fighting someone way up there, but I can't do anything. No, first of all, even if I do make it up there in all this wind, I'll only be a burden to her. My left hand aches again.
Yes, Minerva? What is it? Would you press the chicken button for 40 minutes?
The command spell on my hand is throbbing. I don't know what it means. But I can't help it because that image flashes in my head every time it throbs. Damn, I'm getting desperate here. I reach out to the steps with my eyes closed. I lie down, trying not to be blown away by the wind, and start to move upwards. The wind just gets stronger. Something must be happening above us. Even I, an amateur magus, can feel that an enormous amount of magical energy is about to be released. My command spell throbs. It's as if it is warning me about the wind and about something that's going to happen above me.
Yes, Minerva?
Wait, could this be Saber's magical energy? But then, why is she doing something like this with that wounded body of hers? No, should she even be doing this at all? Saber cannot replenish her magical energy, so she shouldn't be using her magical energy readily. She has to leave me in charge of fighting and stay as my backup, or her magical energy will run out. And
Oh, she's the backup?
yeah,
That's our, okay. Sorry, I had to make a space for Minerva.
I get up and run up the stairs. This is no time to be crawling. I don't know what Saber's planning to do, but I have to stop her. Huh? It must be luck that I avoided it. Something like a dagger flies across right in front of me as I try to run up the temple gate. Who's there? I look toward the trees in the mountain off to the side of the stairs. There's no mistake about it. I didn't notice because of the strong wind before, but someone else is hiding near here. Don't play around. Don't hide like a coward. Come out. I raise my voice. That voice that should have been drowned out by the wind echoes through the area, surprising even me. The wind stopped. I look up at the temple gate. There is a man in a kimono holding a longsword and Saber's back.
Stop right there, Saber. Someone is trying to steal a glance at your technique.
The man in the kimono says with a faint smile. He's staring into the forest like I am.
If we continue, this match will not be between just us. I do not know if the shameless one hiding there is going to attack the winner, or if it is only here to watch. But either way, this is less interesting now.
The man says so with disinterest and starts to go up the stairs.
Stop! Are you not going to settle this match, assassin? I will settle this match if you come through this gate. I will not allow anyone to step through this gate, but that is unfortunately my only role. I have no intention of stopping you if you are to retreat. Well, that idiot hiding in the trees is a different story. If it is someone I do not take a liking to, I would not let them through on my life, nor would I let them retreat alive.
The man called assassin goes up the stairs.
You were manipulated, Saber. Well, the same goes for me, as I did not notice the presence of this person. I could have shown you my full secret technique if we continued, but we were interrupted at a bad time. It must be fortuitous for you.
Saber's hanging her head in regret. The killing intent fades away. Not because of Assassin's words, but Saber herself must know it's disadvantageous to fight now.
See, your pickup is here as well. That boy must be your master. Leave before the idiot sneaking a look at us changes its target to him.
An assassin disappears. It must be his demonstration that he will not attack us unless we advance. Saber does not say anything. She just has her back to me as she quietly stands there. Hey, Saber? There's no answer even when I call out to her. I think it's strange, so I start to go up the stairs. What? The armor Saber had on suddenly disappears. The girl in her defenseless blue clothes sways without turning around. I stop Saber with my arms as she falls back down the stairs. Saber does not move at all. She's unconscious with her eyes closed in pain. I'm finally home. It's taken 2 hours to carry Saber back to the temple.
Put her on the fucking bike, let's go!
There were lots of problems, but we managed to get home safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. Saber was really light. She only weighed about 40 kilograms, so it wouldn't normally have been this tired. But that's only if the weight isn't moving. I didn't know that it was such a hard task to carry a sleeping human, a girl too. The fatigue is great, not physically, but mentally. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was so hard to keep myself from getting a boner.
Oh, it's exhausting. My attention was disrupted by things like her body's softness and by having her breathing softly right by me. Jeez, why'd you just suddenly lose consciousness? I look at the sleeping Saber.
She was so soft and breathing. God, that's fucking funny.
She must not be completely unconscious. She looks like she'll open her eyes if I call out her name, even though she's sleeping like a corpse. Damn. There's so many things I want to say when I left the house, but I can't say anything when she makes a sleeping face like that. Oh well, I'll bring it up when you wake up, Saber. I murmur. In an instant, I reach out to carry Saber again.
Well, I don't care. It doesn't concern me what your taste is or what you're doing.
For some reason, Tosca's in the hallway, even though it's past 2 in the morning. Tosca? Target.
Tilde, 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 tilde. Why are you looking at me as if you've seen a ghost? I don't have any complaints, so you can continue. I only got up to take a drink.
You're wrong. Wrong. Completely wrong. It's a long story, but I'm only trying to take Saber to her room. Do you understand?
Yeah, so it seems.
Don't lie to me. It sounds like you don't understand.
I'm saying I do. Saber went to fight by herself and you went and stopped her, right? And there was some sort of trouble, so Saber came back unconscious. How about that?
Yeah, amazing. You're perfectly right. But how do you know?
Of course I can tell. There was a likelihood that Saber would go off to battle by herself, and the Master will be informed of that once the battle starts. That's why this development is within the scope of my deduction.
I see. That's fine, but... so Tosca predicted that Saber would go out to fight?
So what are you going to do? Aren't you going to take Saber to her room? If you let her sleep here, I'm sure even a servant will catch a cold.
So I was about to take her to her room. I was going to carry her, but... it's hard to do so when she's watching. Tosca, sorry, but can you carry Saber?
Me? Well, that's fine. Then can you prepare some tea? I'm curious to hear what happened.
Tosca picks up Saber.
Hi, drunk. I'm Mom.
God.
Okay, you're preparing some tea.
The carbonated tea. Tosca takes Saber to my room. Ah, it's so gross. I'm preparing tea in the kitchen. By tea, she must not mean Japanese tea. This place only has English tea in tea bags, though. Well, it can't be helped if we don't have it. I decide she can complain if she wants, and I make the tea with a tea bag.
Shiro, can I talk to you?
Oh, Tosca's back. Yeah, hold on a moment. I'll be there right away. I put the 2 teacups on a tray and head to the living room. There. Next to Tosca is Saber, changed into her normal clothes. Saber, what? Weren't you asleep?
She was, but it's not a long-lasting sleep, and she just woke up. It seems she tried to use a large amount of magical energy at once and her body shut off. It's like an electrical breaker, the kind that forces the power to be turned off before it shorts out, you know?
Saber is quiet as Tosca explains. You... Seeing her usual attitude, my complaints returned. Saber, do you know what you did?
There is no reason I would not know. I proceeded to Realta Temple and battled the servant assassin. We noticed the presence of a third servant during our battle, so we suspended it.
No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm asking is why you fought.
That again, it is only natural for a servant to fight. How about you, Shiro? Why are you, a master, telling me to not to fight?
Well, that's... Well, battles are inevitable as long as I've decided to fight as a master. I know I'm contradicting myself by telling Saber not to fight. But still. Drink.
Yeah, I feel like how many times have we seen that one frame?
If you want to play along, drink every time you see the bloody Saber frame pop in. It's got to be more than 20. More than 10. More than 10 for sure.
I think more than 20, or close to between 15 and 20 is probably fair right about now.
I'm sure it'll come up more. I can't let something like that happen again.
Then I would like to ask you instead. It seems that you dislike battles, but do you really expect to survive the Holy Grail War like that? It seems that we will only be defeated by other masters if we follow your policy.
Of course not. I'll repel dangers that come to me, and I don't intend to get killed helplessly. But aside from that, I don't want Saber fighting. No. I don't hate the fighting, I just,
Think girls are weak.
It must be much simpler than that. In short, does my neighbor know that I'm like reading a thing? Girls can't get hurt. As a guy, I can't let that happen. So if I'm gonna let you fight, I'm gonna fight myself.
What? You're saying you will not let me fight because I am a woman? Are you insane? Okay. Are you insane? Servants are beings that protect their master. It is natural for us to get hurt as we are beings summoned only to fulfill that task. The sex of the servant is of no concern, and beyond that you are treating me, a warrior, as a woman? Please take those words back, Shiro.
Saber comes at me with a glare. But I won't be pushed back by her pressure and reason. What is she saying? That she's a knight before she's a woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have understood!
Saying such unreasonable things with that small body of hers that even I can carry. I would never take my words back. It may be true that you're strong, but you're still a girl. Don't get worked up over such an insignificant thing, you idiot.
Oh.
Jesus.
Are you not the one getting worked up over insignificant things? Are you saying that you do not want to be protected by a woman? My body is that of heroic spirit. Forget about such trivial aspects.
It's not trivial at all. Jeez. It's not okay for me, even if it's okay for you. It was a mistake from the beginning to have someone fight in my place. I can't allow someone to get hurt. In place of saving me. I should be the one doing the saving. I've been working hard to become a person who can help others like my father, so... Damn, listen, just don't fight, Saber. I'll be doing the fighting. You shouldn't have any complaints about that, because I'm saying we'll fight as you wish.
What? You're absurd. Do you think a human can match a servant? You should already know you were no match for the servants. Please recall what happened when you were attacked by Lancer. You would have certainly been killed if I had not appeared. It will be the same against any servant.
Well, he was killed once.
It was.
You won't know unless we try. I was just unprepared that time. Now we can prepare as much as possible, so I might at least be able to sneak an attack on them.
Ridiculous. A shield prepared by you would be no better than paper.
Whoa, that's a horrible thing to say, Saber.
He did turn paper into a shield once, though. Oh. You were the one insulting the servants. You are conceited, thinking that you can defeat a heroic spirit as a mere human.
Good. Saber and I glare at each other. It looks this conversation's going nowhere with no compromise in sight.
You're wrong, Saber. Shiro isn't insulting the servants. I'm interrupting because the conversation won't go anywhere if you misunderstand that. Rin? What do you mean by that? Well, in short, he just doesn't want you to get hurt. I don't know why, but Shiro is full of devotion and good intentions. Right? Saber is more important to you than you are, right?
That's not true. I didn't say Saber is important to me.
Oh. That's a lie. You couldn't say you'd fight yourself unless you thought so. Because you already know you can't beat a servant yourself, right? But saying you'll fight in spite of that means that Saber is more important than you.
Huh? Well, it's like that if she says so, but...
That's why you fight even though it's absurd to do so. You try to win even when you realize you have no chance of winning. You don't care if you die in the process. Because for you, though I don't know why, other people are more important than yourself.
No. I didn't mean that at all.
That's why. You should understand, Saber. He's an idiot who will protect you against that berserker. That's why he's saying seriously that he'll fight.
I don't know how much of Tosca's explanation Saber understood. But Saber takes a deep breath and looks at me.
Shiro,
What, Saber?
I will approve of you fighting, but if that is the case, I have something else in mind as well.
So, what?
Sword training. I will teach you as much swordsmanship as is possible in the time allowed. If you will accept that, I will accept your opinion as well.
What? that mean she'll train me in swordsmanship?
Kind of a rad deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna get trained by the person that Saber is that the chat doesn't know.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Because she allows me to fight from now on?
Hold on, that's emotional flab on your mind, Saber. Teaching Shiro swordsmanship? Cut it out. There's no way you can match a servant with something like that. I have to stop eating chips when there's so much talking. But I really want chips.
Dilemma.
Mm-hmm. That is true, but it would be better than not knowing. It should at least reduce hesitation in battle. I can only gamble on Shiro's determination after that. But that is how real battles are anyway. There's nothing one can obtain if they are not fit for it. Well, you're right when you put it like that. Readiness to fight won't come unless you do so at least once. I can't figure out which one of them this is. Oh, okay.
I think the Saber.
Yes, so once, no, not once, but as many times as time allows. I would like for Shiro to experience death in battle and become familiar with fighting.
The two talk dangerously. Hold on, I didn't say I would.
Then I guess I'll teach him about magic. If Saber's going to train his body, I'll train his knowledge. Well, that was the initial promise anyway, so I guess I'll start proper training tomorrow. Start proper training for him tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna get Shiro fight scenes one of these times.
Please, if you do that, I can concentrate on the sword myself. It's fine, then since we're decided, let's break up for tonight. It looks like we're going to be busy tomorrow.
Kosuko waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding.
I love how the girls do all the thinking for you.
It's great. This is how my real life should be.
Surrounded by women who just decide the things you need to be doing.
Yeah, and they're all hot.
I will be resting as well. You should rest also, Shiro. I will have you train in the dojo tomorrow.
She gives a small bow and goes back to her room.
Convenient we have a dojo on campus.
Can't call our house campus.
It's so big.
In the living room are the untouched teas and one man standing there dumbfounded.
We have an outbuilding. What do you mean I can't call it a campus?
So I never said I would. The words I murmur are ignored. Well, the already confusing situation looks like it'll get even stranger. I can't even guess what'll happen tomorrow. I'll sleep. I have to save my energy at the least. It's fucking 2 in the morning. Yeah, what else? What else are you gonna do? Everything starts with my body. Well, you could say that I can only rely on the hope that if my body's well prepared, I can overcome any hardships. Two out of 6.
Sorry, I don't know why this line's so funny.
If I can, I'd prefer nobody to be sad. If I can make people around me happy just by helping them myself, I think that would make the world a pleasant place to live in. That was Kiritsugu's favorite phrase. The man who was a superhero to me was saying that he thought he was a failure. He didn't even need to explain it to me. The world of the young me was so different from the world of the adult Kiritsugu that the passing grade to be a superhero was different. For me as a child, the house was my only world. So it was enough for me if I could keep protecting my father, Fujine, myself, and the shed that I loved. I only tried to protect the ones I could see. But maybe Kiritsugu wanted to do something about even the ones he couldn't see. I was reckless when I was young. I educated myself by cursing the heartlessness of the world. The world was cruel, so I made myself even more heartless and used that as a weapon, trying to follow through on my ideals. There will always be some that cannot be saved. It's impossible to save everyone. If I have to lose 500 to earn 1,000, I will abandon 100 and save the lives of 900. That is the most efficient method. That is the ideal. Kiritsugu once said that. Of course I got mad. I really got mad. Because I knew that without being told. Because I myself was saved like that. I don't even need to be told something as obvious as that. But still, I believe that someone would be a superhero if they saved everyone, even though they think like that. It may be an idealistic thought or an impossible pipe dream, but a superhero is someone who tries to save everyone in spite of that. You're right, Shiro. The result is the most important thing, but with that aside, your heart trying to do so is... Oh yeah, Kiritsugu said something about the heart. I can't remember too well. After all, it's rare for me to remember something from such a long time ago. I must be in a deep sleep. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be dreaming.
Shiro, please wake up. It is almost time for breakfast.
Pick your favorite wake-up person. See? As proof, I'm in the shameful situation of Saber having to wake me up. Good guess.
The other one usually calls him Emiya-kun.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
But then when they're talking together, she'll usually say Shiro. But when Rin's just talking to you directly, she'll say Emiya-kun.
What?
Plus, you guys are next door neighbors.
True.
I feel like you're saying what to me, not because it's on the screen. I was like, I just explained it!
I raise myself from the futon. It's 6:30. Bright sunlight shines in from outside.
It is morning, Shiro. Are you not going to be preparing breakfast?
In front of me is Saber's face. I slept in. I'll get up right away.
Well, you had like a real nap, dude. I do not think there is any need to apologize to me, but it is true that you do not have time to take it easy. It seems Sakura and Rin were arguing earlier.
Sakura and Tosuka arguing? What's that about? Hold on, don't get me caught into an incomprehensible situation right when I get up. Is that in Tosuka's room?
No, it is in the living room. I only passed by, so I do not know the details.
Alright, I'll hurry.
Saber heard them arguing and said, "Not my fucking problem."
Oh. I have something I need to do before that.
What is it, Shiro?
Good morning, Saber. Thanks for waking me up.
What a good boy.
Shiro's just got some problematic ideals. But he's a good boy. I greet her, and then I really make my way to the hallway. But arguing with Sakura, what's Tosuka doing? Tosuka. There. There's no sign of Sakura in the living room, and Tosuka's watching the weather forecast by herself.
Morning. You seem agitated calling my name first thing in the morning.
She turns around and is asking me what's going on. Well, that's weird. Doesn't seem like she's been arguing with Sakura. Yeah, morning. Hey, Tosuka, I heard you were arguing with Sakura. Is that true?
Huh? I see. You must have heard it from Saber. Yes, you could say that looking at it objectively, but it wasn't really anything. I just told her not to come here for a while.
She said that so easily. Don't tell me she made Sakura stop coming here. That's ridiculous. Sakura refused before already. There's no way Sakura would agree, even if you asked her again.
It might not be possible, but she went home once I offered her terms. I said I'd go back home if she doesn't come here for a week. That established a negotiation between us. She reluctantly went home. Oh yeah, she gave her best regards to you.
Best regards. You... She did something so selfish without telling me?
I lost one of my hot girls!
No, I'm wrong. Tosuka's just doing something I should have done already. I see. I'm sorry I made you do something so troubling this early in the morning. You must be feeling bad, Tosuka.
No, it wasn't hard nor unpleasant. Why do you say that?
Well, you were friends with Sakura, so you probably didn't want to tell Sakura head on to get out of here. That's why I'm apologizing. I should have been firm, but I caused you trouble again.
That's fine. I just drove out Sakura for my own safety. There's no reason for you to apologize to me.
Your safety?
Shinji is a master, right? Knowing him, he would be angry at you if he found out Sakura was at your house. So it's best not to have Sakura here until we settle things with Shinji.
I see. She's right now that she mentions it. I don't think Shinji was lying when he said he wouldn't tell Sakura anything. But having his sister Sakura here might give him the wrong idea. Right, it looks like we were holding Sakura hostage against Shinji.
Exactly. And that aside, it's true that this place is dangerous. We can't let her walk around at night, so it's best to have her stay calm for a while. It's for Sakura's sake and our sake.
Yeah, you're right. I feel sorry for Sakura, but I'll apologize later and have her forgive me. But I won't be able to tell her why, even when that time comes. Man, it's really getting to me. It's depressing that I've rejected Sakura, who comes to help me all the time like this.
Oh, you're so dispirited. What happened to the power that made you scream at me? Is Emiya-kun so lonely without Sakura?
Tosuka makes an evil face. Crap, I knew she'd make fun of me if I showed weakness, and now I've done it. Leave me alone. Anyway, Sakura's a symbol of peace in my house. She supplied something that was missing with just Fujine and me. But I sent her away for my convenience, so yes, it's depressing.
Oh, you do understand. You pass if you can say that. It seems you're getting more determined to win.
What are you trying to say, Tosuka?
Don't you get it? I'm saying that Sakura will return once the fight is over. You say you don't need the Holy Grail, but you could fight to keep the peace you have now. See, it's good to have a clear goal.
Tosuka says so with a big smile. She puts it like that, I can only agree. Jeez, how should I say this? Once again, I realize that this person is both infinitely ill-natured and really great.
Hey, that's me. Oh, this is probably Fujine.
Yeah.
What? Then Sakura-chan won't be coming here for a while?
Yeah, so why don't you go back home and give your parents a treat? Your father was complaining that his daughter didn't care about him.
I can leave my dad alone. He won't die, even if I'm not there. And I have to be firm if Sakura-chan isn't here. You're a boy, so if something happens, you'll get a disciplinary dismissal. Can you take responsibility in that case?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, man's nature does not let me declare that it won't happen.
Emiya-kun, what was that pause?
She glares. Unfortunately, I cannot confirm that I will not have some sort of happening here. Tosuka's stare is painful. I don't think that's going to happen. This isn't a normal stay. I know that.
I see. Good. Emiya-kun is indeed trustworthy, sensei. Of course, Shiro is so calm that it makes me think I've gone too far with my tastes.
Saber silently watches them while eating. This is only the second day, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this atmosphere.
Oh yeah, Shiro, it's about the archery club, but did you know that Mitsuzuri-san got injured?
Mitsuzuri? What? I couldn't say that word, yawning. She get in a fight with someone again? She's almost a third year, so she should calm down a little. So, how's the injury? Is it bad?
It's fine. It was a light sprain. It seems she was attacked by someone suspicious on her way home. She's fast, right? She ran away quickly, but injured herself when she fell over at the end.
I see. Thank God it was nothing serious, but attacking her of all people, he must be reckless or something. Either way, he was a stupid criminal, I thought.
You thought she knocked him out instead of running away, right?
Fujine smiles. Indeed, she knows Mitsuzuri Ayako as well. Yeah, it's rare for her to run away. But, I see, even Mitsuzuri is weak against muggers. I guess that's good. It's impossible to teach her femininity unless something like this happens.
Jesus Christ.
It's a cultural issue. Approving, I eat the well-cooked rice. This game's also pretty old. I'm actually curious real quick, when did this game actually come out?
Like the what? Early? It came out, because this adaptation came out for, it was on the Vita?
Yeah, this came out in 2004.
Ooh, that was a dark time.
Yeah.
Hey, Emiya-kun?
Ben. Tosuka ran past my shoulder with a smile.
Should I tell you something interesting too?
What? There isn't much that's more interesting than what I just heard.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned it, but Ayako and I are good friends. Did you know we're friends who hang out together on weekends?
Hold on. Why are she and Ayako good friends? Huh?
Don't worry, I will tell her the exact words of this conversation. If I tell her you're happy, I bet she'll be so happy that she'll break about 10 roof tiles.
I would like to correct myself. I just used the wrong words. It's not something to tell other people about, so it'd really help me if you kept quiet about it.
Is that so? I can keep it a secret, but it might be hard unless there are some conditions on that. You see, it could just slip out, you know?
Hey now, it's not good to smile when you're saying something modest.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like I'm having fun, so don't misunderstand.
Oh no, I understand. You really are having fun. I get it. I'll make the breakfast Western style from now on. I now feel like accepting your request that breakfast should be toast.
Good. I'll be happy if you remember to use strawberry jam and not just marmalade.
What do you think a Japanese morning is? You're a tyrant, changing breakfast to suit your own selfish tastes.
No, that is incorrect. I, too, am happy for breakfast to be bread. Wait. Is this Saber?
I think it might be Saber.
No, that is correct. I, too, am happy for breakfast to be bread. It would be perfect if soft-boiled eggs are prepared as well.
And Saber adds her opinion.
Fine. Oh.
Fine, alright, I'll make Western style breakfast, okay? You guys are on a roll because Sakura makes Western food. I'll start making Western style breakfast starting tomorrow, so you guys will have no complaints, right? And that conversation's a secret. Don't tell Mitsuzuri about it. I look away from the two with a hump and start eating. And then
Why are you doing something so pointless?
Fujine, who has watched our conversation with wonder, murmurs. What do you mean pointless, Fujine?
Cause I'll tell Mitsuzuri-san even if Tosuka-san doesn't. I can't keep quiet about something like that.
Fujine eats after nodding that it's a problem. No. I have to come up with some countermeasure real soon or I'll really lose my position.
These women are ruining my life.
Breakfast ends and it's now 7:30. It's rare, but Fujine is still at the house and suggests with a smile we should go to school together. But I can't do that. The decision last night. As long as I said I would fight without relying on Saber, I can't be so easygoing.
Then let's go. Is the house locked up, Shiro?
No, that's fine. I'm gonna skip school today.
Nani?
I raise my hand in goodbye and see Tosuka and Fujine off. Fujine freezes for a few seconds and...
Hey, what do you mean you're skipping school? Huh? What?
It seems Tosuka said something Fujine wanted to say. Oh,
I had them backwards.
that's fine.
That's right, Shiro. There's nothing wrong with you to make you skip school, right?
No, my wound hurts. Old wounds hurt when the temperature goes down, right? It's kind of like that.
That's a lie, right, Shiro?
It's a lie, but let me go with it. It's not that I don't want to go to school. I have something I have to do. It's just that it's more important right now. So please let me go.
Jeez, I lose if you have to put it like that. You're always like this when you can't tell me about things. You were like that as a child.
It seems Fujine understands, even though she's complaining. So that's that. I'll leave school to you, Tosuka.
I see. Well, it doesn't matter for me if Emiya-kun comes or not. This isn't a bad choice.
Yeah, leave the house to me. I'll skip work for a while too, so I won't leave the house much.
Alright, then I'll be off, Shiro. You're absent from school because of an injury, so don't leave the house much. I don't
Got me
know.
red.
Yeah, right? See you. It's fine this time, but ask me about things like this beforehand next time. Like, why would you need to ask Rin permission to skip school?
Well, I should at least wash the floor. I already told Saber to come here in a little while. I always do the minimum cleaning necessary, but it's been a few years since I last had a contest with someone. It'd be impolite to the dojo and Saber if I don't at least clean the floor. Man, I wonder what she'll make me do. I fought Kiritsugu a few times with Shinai's, but neither of us considered form. It was more like amateurs beating each other up. I never intended to take kendo seriously, and I was only taught what to do if an opponent had a long weapon. Anyways, I wasn't good at using things to fight. I'm only interested in making and fixing. In that regard, this is the first time I'll be seriously studying swordsmanship. It seems Saber's style is different from kendo, but it should have some similarities, and it shouldn't be so confusing that I can't follow it. I hear the door. Saber must have arrived on time. That's good, they just finished cleaning too. That's gotta be...
No, that's you.
Is it?
Yeah, but the second sentence is, what is it, Shiro?
Yeah, there's different quotations, I guess. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'll be learning here starting today.
What is it, Shiro? You look like you're surprised at something.
Oh, well, I'm surprised because you're still in those clothes. I thought you'd be in the other outfit. We're training with swords. My image of Saber fighting is in that armor, so I selfishly imagined that.
I see. If you wish for me to be armed, I can be. You are correct. I was not thinking. Even though it is only a match, it is impolite to Shiro not to wear my armor. I am sorry. I will change right away.
Oh, no, that's not it. It's fine. It was just a misunderstanding. If you ask me, I prefer this outfit to the armor.
Jesus Christ. Huh? But this appearance does not satisfy you, right?
Satisfied? Well, it certainly doesn't look like we're going to be having a match now, but it shouldn't be a problem if that's easy to move in. You get tired too if you wear that armor.
Oh, God. That is true, but is it not strange for me to use a sword with this appearance?
Why? It looks good on you, so there's nothing strange about it.
He's like, beat me up in that cute outfit.
I think you look better in that than the armor.
I fail to understand. These clothes are certainly light, but they would not be able to withstand a fight. I believe this outfit is unsuitable for a saber.
Don't fight in that outfit, stupid. You're a girl. Those clothes suit girls, so it's fine. Well, I put the rag I was using into the bucket and take 2 shinais down from the wall. I think, like, Shiro being like, oh, you know, you're not just a servant, you're also a human, is good.
Right.
But I think Shiro couching that in, like, but girls,
Yeah.
is bad. And it's like, they're clearly going for that kind of, like, Shiro doesn't want to treat her like some object.
Yeah, like, that feels fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, him being like, no, servants are people. I'm not just going to abuse my servants like all the masters in the other Holy Grail Wars. And this one, I'm treating you like a person. But also, girls are weak and wear cute clothes and don't fight. And you're like, wow, you were doing so good.
Yeah. So what kind of training should we be doing? I'll let you decide, so you can give me anything. I toss a shinai to Saber. Saber catches the shinai as if she's distracted and looks at me. What, we can't use shinai? Don't tell me to use solid wood swords. No, real swords. What a Spartan. That's well beyond what I expected.
No, there's no need for that. Since these are excellent imitation swords for matches, let us use them.
Saber takes a deep breath quietly. And she's back to her usual self. Thank God. It's too dangerous to fight with solid wood swords. I think shinai are just like hollow. Like they're light. So what should I do? Will we start with strength building exercises like swinging the sword 500 times or running?
I do not think there is any need for that. Even from what I've seen, your strength is up to standards. If you wish to train your body even more, that would not be possible in a day or two. You are unskilled as a magus, but I do not think that you are as bad as a warrior. You must have trained hard from a young age.
Well, it was the only thing I was good at. You can train your body even if you don't have talent as a magus.
That must be good fortune. The result of your effort was not dying when Lancer attacked you. But it is not something that you can rely on. Humans have limits. Your body is a long way from those limits, and it would be difficult to overcome them anyway. So the only thing I will be teaching you is fighting.
What do you mean, just fighting? From the way you said it, doesn't sound like you'll be teaching me how to fight.
Of course not. Battle techniques cannot be acquired overnight. The only thing I can do is have my master experience as many battles as possible. In the first place, I am not good at teaching, so it would only be troubling if you asked for my guidance.
Hello? But she says that so proudly. As a student, I don't know how to reply. So in short, we're just going to fight?
God beat your ass, dude! Yes, that is it, master. No stopping our hits, and let us fight as if we're trying to kill each other. Let me see. I believe you will understand what it's like in about an hour.
Saber lightly grips the shinai, ready to start. Still not understanding. I follow Saber's example and grab the shinai. As soon as I do, the world turns upside down. Fucking picks up the sword, just hits the shit out of him immediately. In short, Saber's only trying to teach me one thing.
How insignificant I am.
The truth, that no matter what I do, no matter what scheme I come up with, I cannot ever beat someone I have no chance against. This is broken, I'm sure.
It would be more swollen if it were broken. It is a bad bruise, but it should heal quickly for you.
I see. Alright, let's continue a bit more.
Huh? Are we going to continue, Shiro? It is indeed only a bruise, but it is not something you can move immediately.
What are you saying when you're the one beating my arm mercilessly? Alright, if you're not up to it, I'll take this. Opening. It doesn't work, of course.
Please listen to me. You are definitely fatigued. Training will be useless in such a state, so we should take a rest.
But it's shameful to be beaten so badly when you're going easy on me.
She hit you once and said, "It's time for nappy time."
Good try. I'll try again tomorrow. I have to at least make you raise a brow or something, or I'll be too vexed to collapse.
My poor fragile male ego. If you ask for surprise, I am already more than surprised. I thought you were stubborn, but I did not believe that it was to this extent.
Sorry, I just hate losing.
Yes, I understand well enough now. Anyways, we will take a break, so please put down your shinai. The floor is slippery with sweat. We are not imitating a fight in an extreme situation, and it is meaningless to fight in such a fatigued condition.
Why? Battle practice usually assumes the worst situation, right? Then
That is even more meaningless. Listen, Shiro, if you say you are going to fight a servant, it will be meaningless unless you have full power, the best ground, and an escape route prepared. You cannot even be a match to a servant unless everything is perfect. You have already made a mistake when you decide to fight a servant in a poor condition.
so you mean never fight in this kind of situation, no matter what?
That is correct. If that happens, no miracle will be able to save you, Shiro. Your battle starts with perfecting your condition and finding the perfect situation.
I understand. Then I'm sorry, but let me take a rest. I lean against the wall and slide down. Whew. I let out the air collected in my lungs. It should be air, but it's burning hot. Ow. While my body's burning with pain, I glance at the clock. It's past 11. We started around 9, so that means we've been doing this for about 2 hours. The first hour is just me getting beat up. Saber's blows would suddenly strike me and I'd faint slightly. I'd wake up, and just when I thought I'd be careful next time, I'd be knocked out again. Anyway, I was beaten up repeatedly. It may be because my body got used to it or my power came out from anger, but I can now manage to block the first blow. The problem was after that. Well, after being shown such a skill difference, can a human readily attack back? You demon. The answer is, I get knocked out the instant I shrink back. After that, it's like a mouse cornered by a cat. If I'm to be knocked out no matter how I block a blow, all I can do is get desperate and attack. But of course, it's easily deflected and I'm knocked out. But when I get used to that as well... Oh, damn it. I start to gain the composure to think something like that, and the instincts that let me understand I'll be dead the next second become keener. People usually call this being in the zone.
We know about the zone.
So then I frantically went into defense. The instincts that tell me I'll be knocked out if that blow hits come at me in numbers, so as a living being, it's only natural for me to avoid it. I would manage to elude Saber's barrage of attacks, but I would take a fatal blow while I'm waiting for an opening to counter. And I'd stand up and think that I could manage longer this time. From time to time, I would attack thinking it'd be best to attack when doomed anyway. The 2 hours are just spent repeating that process over and over. I don't know if I can get any stronger doing this. I think this is just a match to help me get used to fighting, so that I won't panic or get too relaxed in front of my enemy. I'm just teaching my body that it's always one mistake away from death. But still, if you ask me if this is meaningless, it's not. As I have no weapons, I believe this tension is the thing I have to value the most.
Well done. Are you hurt anywhere, Shiro?
Before I realize it, Saber's right beside me. Oh god, he's gonna get horny. I'm so sweaty that I'm dripping onto the floor, but Saber's not even sweating. It's harder to find a part that's not hurting. You're really merciless, Saber. If things are this one-sided, it's actually more refreshing. I'll be honest here. 100% of this is me being a poor loser.
Yes. Yes, I adjusted to your level, but tried to show you no mercy. It would not be a battle if I allowed myself the luxury of consideration.
Right. Thanks to that, I can now calmly deal with an unchained Doberman. Though it's not good enough, it's just a Doberman. I guess I still need more training. I review my actions. I thought I trained my body to be above average, but it's pitiful for me to give up after only 2 hours of fighting with Saber.
No, that is not true. Your attacks were made with all your heart and they were powerful. Sometimes I forgot to deal with them because they were so enthusiastic.
My embarrassment suddenly returns. Until now, we were just people fighting without any notion of boy or girl, but isn't this kind of a surprise attack? Hold on, I'm gonna go get some water.
Water? Then I will get some for you, so please rest here.
Saber goes to get me some water. Oh, I'm saved. So, just what am I saved from?
So unbearably horny.
At all times. If a girl enters his, 2-foot bubble, he just loses composure.
He's such a teenage boy. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not judging him.
Right. I was the same. I drink the water Saber's brought me. It must still be rest time, as Saber's sitting in a polite Japanese style. I think Saber's really beautiful like that. I'm not thinking she's beautiful from a man's perspective, but I feel like she's beautiful in everyone's eyes. What's that mean?
He's broken the gender barriers and everyone can find her pretty, not just men.
It's I think maybe, I was oh, she's not just hot, but this scene is just universally beautiful. But,
This doesn't make me horny, this just makes everyone happy.
yeah. There's an incongruity when such a girl is a servant and showing such willingness to fight. Right now, only Saber and I are here. This is a good time to ask her something, so...
Oh shit. Her
Got
reason for
fighting. Oh, no, go ahead.
her reason for fighting, I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I want to know about Saber before she became a servant. I want a secret attack. No super move would be great. Oh, a
Alright.
super move would be great.
I think the bottom option's dumb.
I mean, kind of funny, but yes. I agree that we do not pick the bottom one.
You want to know about Saber as a person, or we want to know about her reason for fighting?
I mean, to be fair, we personally know Saber before she became a servant.
True. Shiro has no idea.
Right.
And this probably isn't going to be my real name is this. It's going to be more
Yeah.
oh, I was such a
Like
such
a-
kind
like-
of person.
Yeah, like a vague, I was a knight in an army.
Yeah.
But I also can't remember why she wanted the Holy Grail, so I think I want to ask that one.
Okay. Why does she desire battle so much? I might be able to understand Saber's mindset if I could find out why she seeks the Holy Grail, the reward of the Holy Grail War. But is that really something I can ask her? Saber, can I ask you a question?
Yes, what is it, Shiro?
It's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you also want the Holy Grail, right? So, what do you want from the Holy Grail?
The reason I seek the Holy Grail? Could it not be because I desire it? The Holy Grail is an almighty vessel. There is no wish that cannot be granted if one possesses it. One needs no reason to seek such a thing.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're trying not to answer my question, right?
Oh, Shiro, that's...
I don't want to know the reason you seek it. I want to know what the wish you want granted is. But if you don't want to say, that's fine. My wishes aren't things I can talk about either.
I wish for girls!
I wish Saber was naked. Saber closes her mouth awkwardly. Well, it's only natural. Saber didn't form the contract to help me personally. Since the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail are the Masters, she's only helping me to take share in the reward. That's why she must be hesitating to tell her wish. And most of all, I myself don't want to hear Saber describe a selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked.
Oh, you can make a wrong choice there?
I don't think it really matters. It probably affects the relationship meter that decides the ending. After all, it's rude for a person without a clear wish to ask other people's wishes.
My relationship bar's not doing so hot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, does it start at, like, what are these two for? Is everyone, we've made no progress.
I don't know. I have no idea what any of this means. I don't understand, the game mechanics enough.
Shiro, is that a command as a master?
Suddenly. Saber asked the question with a serious expression. No, it's not. I didn't intend that. I was just curious about you. Sorry for asking you about it.
No, as a servant I certainly must tell my master my wish. Shiro, I seek the Holy Grail to fulfill an obligation. I want the power of the Holy Grail to accomplish a duty I could not accomplish during my lifetime.
Directly. With honest eyes, she says so. Accomplish a duty during your lifetime? You mean before you became a servant?
Yes, but I do not know my true intentions myself. Perhaps I only desire to redo things again.
Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a repentant lost child. I see. Anyway, I'm relieved. I was worried what I should do if you said something like, Tosca, like your dream is to take over the world.
Rin would be mad if she heard that. She is not someone who would say such a thing. She would use the Holy Grail purely for her own benefit, but it would not be something that would bring chaos to the world.
Really? I think we should never let her have the Holy Grail for a completely different reason. I nod to myself.
She'll tell all the girls the things that I said about them.
Saber's watching me with a gentle expression. That's the end of the conversation. There's a subject I should have kept away from. The atmosphere is softened by talk of Tosca, so let's end the conversation right here. But a small pain remains in my chest. Even though I'm relieved that Saber's wish isn't a vulgar one, I think there's something wrong with that wish of hers. No regrets, Saber. Well, talking has cooled me down, so let's continue with the training. Saber, let's start. I've rested enough.
Is that so? It looks as if you've cooled down, but your pain has not yet gone away, right?
I don't care. They're just bruises, so I'll bear a little pain. I can heal automatically now.
But there is no point in training if it worsens. I believe we should wait a bit longer and see.
Don't worry, I want to finish this before Tosca gets home. We can't have her see me like this, right?
I understand. It is certainly not good to have Rin, our eventual enemy, find out your powers. I believe it is a bit excessive, but if that is the case, let us bring the pace up a little.
Saber picks up the shinai. And then,
What?
a strange sound echoes through the dojo. It's Saber. I think that was Saber's stomach.
I believe I am hungry. I did not notice since I was so engrossed in training.
Just the loud, Oh, yeah, now you mention it, it's lunchtime already. No wonder her stomach has started growling. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber's hungry, let's have lunch. It'll be good if my body heals in that time as well. All right, it's a good time, so let's have lunch. I'll go buy some groceries so you can rest in the living room.
Sure, I shall escort you if you were going outside.
It's fine. I'm only going to the shopping district nearby. There's no one who'd attack me in the daytime, and we'd rather stand out if you're with me.
There's really no danger?
No, I'll come back right away, so please wait here.
Is that foreshadowing?
What could possibly go wrong? I don't remember, like, the days that anything happens, so I have no idea if this shopping trip is safe. I take my wallet and go outside. It won't take even 10 minutes on a bicycle to get to the shopping district from here. By the way, the bicycle I just took from the garage is bicycle number 2. Number 1 still out front of the Realta temple.
He carried her back, he just left the bike?
I guess what else do you do there?
Just put her on the bike.
It'd be really hard to balance an unconscious person on a bicycle.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I don't think it would work at all. You could like drape them over your back, probably, maybe.
Uh-huh.
You'd have so much like back. No, I think that he made the right call.
I just imagine Issei being at the temple like, wait, I know this bike. Why is this bike here? Where's Shiro?
Fuck, what? Bike? I don't think I've been in the shopping district in the daytime on a weekday since I was running errands as a child. You know, a fucking holiday? Ever? Because it's daytime, there are lots of housewives at the intersection on their way home from shopping. They're coming from the shopping district the soccer and I go to regularly. I finished buying all the groceries. Ingredients for lunch for 2 and a light Japanese snack. Dinner tonight's fine since Tosuka's in charge of that, but I buy enough bread for 4 people for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I buy the cheapest. No, that'll probably give me some criticism, so I buy a rather expensive one. Damn, it's really expensive. Why do I have to pay 1,000 yen for something so sweet?
It's $10 for jam?
Oh, better be a fucking jar.
He was like, he looked at the Welch's like strawberry jam for like 99 cents and was like, can't do this. Oh my god.
I complain as I put the groceries into the bicycle cart. And then, I feel something tugging at my clothes from behind. I turn around, wondering what it could be.
Be a puppy. Oh. No, I don't remember this.
It's a young girl with silver hair. What? You're... I back off, knocking the bicycle over.
Better not fucking crack that $10 thing of jam.
I stand ready at once while the girl just smiles at me. I don't feel any murderous intent, nor even enmity from that girl. In addition, the girl says,
Oh god, I can't remember how to do her voice. I'm just gonna sound like an old lady. I have to theory craft again.
It's not like any of my voices ever have been good, so don't worry too much about it.
Listen, let me live my life, dude.
Hey, do your thing. I was trying to help. But never mind.
How'd you do your little boy voice?
I just kind of like soften my consonants, I guess, and then
I'm glad you're alive, Oni-chan.
I speak with like the front of my head instead of my throat, and just kind of like hit W's instead of R's, that kind of thing.
Oh, like Uwus?
Yeah, kind of. I can't do it without like a word. I don't feel any murderous intent, nor even enmity from that girl. That was a bad choice of sentences.
No, that was amazing! I'm glad you're alive, Oni-chan.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know if we want to like babify the voice. That's what I do.
We'll keep workshopping.
Yeah. We're watching Prismalia now, so you get a...
Alright, I can learn.
And she smiles happily. This girl is definitely Berserker's master. The master of the monster that slashed me in one blow that night. Who would expect me to meet someone like this in a shopping district near their house, especially in daytime? Just don't tell me you intend to fight me here.
You're saying strange things. We can't fight while the sun's up.
She frowns in displeasure. That is definitely the behavior of a young girl, suitable for her age.
Jesus Christ.
Shiro is just always checking people to make sure they live up to his expectations.
Oh, God.
I don't know her intentions. But even I can tell the girl in front of me is harmless. You're, if I remember correctly,
Ilyasville von Einsburn. It's long, so you can call me Ilya. So what's Oni-chan's name?
me? I'm Emi Ashira.
Emi Ashiro? That's hard to say.
It's the first time I've heard it pronounced like that, too. Now, if you have trouble remembering it, you can call me Shiro. That's my name.
Shiro? Oh, it's an easier name than I thought. I see. Shiro. Yeah, that sounds good. It's simple, but it sounds aloof.
Iliastil looks at me with suggestive eyes.
Oh.
I don't think he means like that. My body unintentionally moves and lowers its waist down so it can move more freely. Because she's Berserker's master, if she felt like it, she'd probably blow me away along with the flower shop next to me.
Oh, you don't have to be so careful. I left Berserker at home today. Oni-chan left Saber behind too, so we're equal.
Iliastil looks up at my face happily. Well, what do you mean equal?
I'm gonna kick you in your face, little girl.
Beat your ass.
I know I'm kind of bruised right now, but I will wreck you. Hey, let's talk. I have lots of things I want to talk to you about.
What? The girl clings to my arm as naturally if she were holding her father's. That's a fun Fate Zero nod. Hold on. What are you doing all of a sudden? Is this a new scheme?
We're just gonna talk. Normal children talk friendly, right?
Well, that's true, but we're different. We're both masters, and we've already fought. We're more like enemies.
That's not right. I don't have any enemies. Other masters are just harmful bugs, but I can let you go if you behave yourself.
She's saying terrible things so casually, too.
Woo.
Jeez, just get off me. You're being absurd. I swing my hand and throw Iliasville off.
Yeah.
She topples. As I tried to make her let go, the girl almost falls to the ground. Oh no, Ilya! Why the hell did I do something like that right then? When I noticed, I instantly reached out for Iliasville. Jeez, this is too long. Ilya's waist, and caught her as she fell.
Oh, we're in a shoujo manga.
I silently lower Ilya to the ground. Ilya's silent. I don't know what to say either, so I stand still looking down at Ilya. This is awkward. So the instant I try to leave to go home.
What, do you not like me, Oni-chan?
That night. She says this with the same glowing red eyes she had when Berserker was with her. A chill runs down my spine. My sense of danger had faded, but she's definitely Berserker's master. I'll die if I disobey her. I can't show my face to Saber if I die in vain here, and most of all, I'll involve all the people here in the shopping district. Yes, I can bet on it. This girl would mercilessly use her power as a master no matter where she is. Alright, we'll talk. I'll keep calm. So is that okay, Ilya?
Yep, then let's go to the park over there. I just went to look at it, but there wasn't anyone there.
Ilya starts to run with dancing steps.
Hurry, hurry, I'll leave you behind if you don't hurry. Shiro! I'm a little shitter.
Ilya runs through the shopping district, spinning in circles. She really went on ahead. Beyond amazement, I'm a bit moved. For this girl Ilya, any promise is an absolute truth. That's why she ran off so happily. She doesn't think I'll run away thinking it's a chance to do so when I'm alone. I told her I'll talk to her, so she ran off, trusting me to do so. What's with her? She's really unbalanced. But, well, I'm not yet grown up enough to betray such a pure trust.
I'm not like those other adults.
Hilly and I are alone in a small park, a little way from the shopping district. Maybe all the children are at school, or maybe such a small park isn't popular anymore. We start to talk in the empty winter park, bathed in a strangely tense atmosphere. Wait, so what are we going to talk about? Do you want to know about Saber?
Huh? Why would we talk about Saber?
Because we're masters. We'd want to get information on enemy servants, right?
I don't want to talk about that. It's boring if we don't talk about something more fun.
Well, you say boring, but then what's fun for you, Ilya?
I don't know. I haven't talked to other people much, so I don't know what I should talk about.
Hey, you brought me here to talk in spite of that? Didn't you get taught not to act on something until you think it through? I bet you did. So be a thoughtful adult from now on.
I'm like 7! No, what is she, like 11? How old is she? It's fine. I'll let you do that sort of thing. It's the man's responsibility to escort the lady, right? So all I have to do is follow you.
She smiles and leans on my shoulder. She's not just being overfamiliar, but it's as natural as a small animal snuggling because it's cold. Wait. Looking closely at her, she does actually look cold. Ilya, are you cold?
Huh? Yeah, I'm cold. I don't like the cold.
She breathes out a white puff. Even though she said she doesn't like it, she looks at her breath happily. I see. It's not always like this, but it's strangely cold today. It'd be pretty bad if you don't like the cold. Where are you from, Ilya? Your name sounds kind of normal.
Normal? Noble?
Noble. Fuck.
It's not kind of noble. I am noble. I was born in the old Einsberg Castle. Little girl voices are so hard.
You're doing great.
It was always cold and snowing, so I'm fine with this cold.
You're born in a cold country, right? Then shouldn't you be used to the cold?
I'm used to it, but I don't like it. I like warm more than cold. Don't you like warm too?
Yeah, of course. I like it warm rather than cold.
Yeah, so I stay warm in my room when it's cold, but I like the snow. It's so white, and my dad said it's just like my hair.
I clap my hands together. She's right now that she's mentioned it. I was trying to work out what I associate with Ilya. If there was such a thing as a snow fairy, wouldn't it look like her? Your father says clever things. Your hair is certainly like snow. It's white and it looks soft.
Right? This hair is something I can brag about. It comes from my mom, and it's the only girlish thing about me.
Ilya laughs happily. Seeing such gestures really numbs me. I couldn't have believed she was really Berserker's master if I hadn't seen it.
How about you, Shiro? Do you have something you've got from your dad? Oh, don't say the magic crest. I'm talking about what you got from him as your dad, not as a master.
Huh? Me? I guess my house in the end. Before that, I got my last name, and the thing I got first was my life when I was about to die. Because I was the only one saved by Kiritsugu in that fire 10 years ago. Let's see, I don't have any physical features like you that I got from my parents, but I think I got a lot of things as good as that. Ilya's delighted as if it concerned her. I bet no one could say unhappy if they were smiled at like this.
But from what you said, you didn't get the magic crest, right? That's strange. Then you're not a master?
No. No, I'm an amateur magus with no magic crest, but I'm still a master. How about you, Ilya? You're a master, so you're a magus, right?
Huh? I'm not a magus, but just a master. I was never taught any normal magic.
Huh? You didn't get a magic crest from your parents? Your family's a noble family that even has a castle, right?
That's right, but it isn't a magic crest what you need to become a master. That's why I'm a master.
Ilya tilts her head in confusion.
This kind of makes me kind of recall things about Ilya that I don't know if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, because you can't tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah. I too tilt my head in confusion. It seems like Ilya's words are slightly off, but we're not having a real conversation. Hey, Ilya, I'll ask you something, but where are you living right now? It seems you came here just for the Holy Grail Wars. Are you living in a hotel or something? No, first of all, it'll be terrible if she doesn't have a guardian. It's unheard of to let a child like this come to Japan by herself.
Hotel? Do you mean the villa?
Yeah, something like that. It's a place you can stay, but it's not your house.
Then I have one. See, there's a forest over there, right? Deep in a Western-style mansion my grandfather's grandfather built. They say the master of Einsburn lives there during the Holy Grail War.
Ilya's pointing to the west. Certainly, there's a deep undeveloped mountain forest in that direction. It takes about an hour to get there even with a car, right? Are you coming here from there alone?
Yeah, I snuck out today. Sella and Lisrit are my mates, but they're annoying. I came to Japan, so I think I can go outside just while I'm here. I always got what I wanted, but I always shut away in my room. Oh, I always got what I wanted, but I was always shut away in my room, so this is a reward.
You mean you were locked up in your room?
Yeah, when it snowed, they didn't let me outside because it was bad for my body. So I was playing inside most of the time. Oh, but I'm fine. It's not as cold here as the castle, so I'm fine by myself.
Ilya says so with a full smile. She swings her legs, and it seems she's having fun just doing so. Without knowing why, I put my hand in the grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki I was supposed to eat with Saber, and again, without knowing why, I hand it to Ilya. Do you want this? It's cheap, though.
What's dorayaki?
I'm Googling it. A red bean pancake. Two
Ooh!
small pancake-like patties wrapped around a sweet filling of bean paste.
Mmm. Hi, sweet lips. It's 9 p.m. Why are you saying good afternoon?
I mean, it is afternoon.
That is true. Huh? What is that? Food?
That's right. I don't like sweets, but this is an exception. This is the snack my father and I always have with tea.
So I can have it?
Yeah, it's no good if I eat by myself, so let's eat together. I hand her the dorayaki. Ilya hesitates and then takes the Japanese snack that I'm sure she's never seen before.
Yeah, thanks.
She eats it happily. Her gestures are so enthusiastic that the expression stuffing her cheeks fits perfectly.
We're gonna have to murder this little girl to win the war.
Yeah. I eat my dorayaki as well and hear the shock that attacked the back of my head. Jeez. Why was I thinking it might be nice to have a smaller sister like this?
Oh no.
But really, I think Ilya's too innocent. This girl might really be a child who doesn't yet know the difference between good and evil. I can barely imagine how a child born in a family of magi is raised. But still, I can tell the environment Ilya was raised in wasn't normal. Toska's like that, but she's a magus by nature from the core. She's accepted the Holy Grail War and the killing between masters as murder. But maybe this girl became a master without knowing what it means to kill someone. I've only talked a bit with her, but I don't think Ilya is a girl that would want to kill others. So, Ilya, this is a serious subject, but... Then, Ilya suddenly raises her head as if called by someone. Ilya, what's wrong?
Yeah, I have to go home. Berserker woke up.
She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without saying goodbye and disappears in a blink of an eye. Crazy Hercules is awake. Gotta go. I get back to the house. I decided not to mention that I met Ilya. I know it's something that I should tell her about right away, but I still don't want to tell her about it. The Ilya I met at the park wasn't a master. I talked with Ilya about trifling matters, and we parted in a trifling manner as well. So I'm hesitant to tell others about what happened today. I feel guilty since it's like I'm hiding something from them, but I don't want to think of the Ilya I met today as my enemy. I'm sure this whole thought process will end perfectly. After eating lunch with Saber, we continue to train at the dojo. Before I know it, it's time for dinner already. I rest my tired body and take a bath to wash my sweat off. And when I go to the living room, dinner's prepared. I'm a bit moved. It's nice having dinner ready without me doing anything when I come out of the bath. God, that sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm. Emiya-kun, it's dinner time. What are you doing standing there like an idiot?
Why did she have to say something that totally destroys the moment? Nothing. Dinner, right? I'll eat it gratefully. Where's Saber?
I guess Saber-san went to Shiro's room. Didn't you see her? That's weird. She was here until a second ago. Maybe you two missed each other since this place is as complicated as a hotel. Alright, I'll go get Saber, so you should go to the bathroom again. Your hair isn't completely dry yet.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I'll leave Saber to you. My hair's never completely dry. The fuck? Like, when I leave the bathroom. It's, like, my hair's dry right now. I just mean, like... I definitely... It's still wet when I'm, like... It's just not... If it's not dripping, then I'm good. I'm not gonna keep drying it.
Right, I think the thing is that since they don't, like, have, like, central heating and air, that, like, if you're just walking around with a wet head, your ass is totally gonna get sick. So the idea is to be completely dry your hair before you're, like, out in the house space.
I guess that makes sense. I wave my hand to Tosca and return to the hallway. As Tosca said, the Emiya house has many paths because of the aimless reconstruction. The worst one is the route to the bathroom, and it really is like a hotel, because you can get there from my room or from the living room. I enter the bathroom.
Oh god, we're gonna walk in on a girl?
I don't like hair dry, so I'll use the towel I used before.
Excellent!
I am pretty sure you see boobs in this scene, normally.
Oh, like, this should be, like, full frontal nudity? If we were playing the hentai game?
There's like a CG of her, like, I can remember the image clearly enough.
Teenage Jake was like, yeah, boy! Nipples!
It is good to confirm that the sensor is in fact in place.
The sensor is working! Unfortunately for you.
True. In an instant. I forget everything that happened today.
Shiro. It seems you are here to take a bath again, but I am using it at the moment. It would be helpful if you could reserve yourself for now.
I have to explain. I have to explain to her that this is an accident, but my head is totally blank. After all, this had enough impact to make me forget everything that happened today.
Shiro, have you been in the bath too long? Even your ears are red. It would look... If you would like to cool down, you should go to the porch.
Yeah, I'll do so, but I have to apologize first. I look away from Saber and calm my pounding heart.
Yeah, I think his reaction makes much more sense when you think of her as naked. Because in the towel, you're like, it's not that serious.
Well, Shiro also freaks out when people get close to him.
Oh, that's true.
And so this is just like so much closer to naked. I think as a teenage boy, if I saw a naked girl in a towel like that, I would also be like, fuck, that's pretty much naked. This was an accident. No, I can't ask you to forgive me from the moment we met like this, so you can get angry at me. I say so while trying to look down and calming myself the best I can. Saber thinks for a while.
Shiro, please raise your head.
Yeah. I raise my head as she tells me to. Wait, why are you still like that?
It is nothing you should apologize for. I would like to say that there's nothing you should be worried about just from seeing someone like this. Seeing something like this.
Huh?
I have told you before, the servant's gender is meaningless. It seems you are in a panic because you saw my body, but I am a servant before I am a woman, so I believe such consideration is unnecessary.
What? What is she saying? Now, even if Saber herself says that, it doesn't change the fact that she's a girl. Or could it be... I have an idea, but is it true? I'll ask, but don't tell me you're not embarrassed by people seeing you changing.
Why would I need to be embarrassed?
I thought so. But even if she doesn't care, I'll definitely go insane. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to apologize. If anything like this happens again, you can do what you want with me. Wishful thinking.
Right.
I turn around 180 degrees and exit the dressing room awkwardly. Saber looks at me in her usual manner until I disappear. Dinner ends. I think there's a normal dinner table for everyone except me. Saber, come back. Fucking mood.
Saber, come back.
As for me, I couldn't even sense the taste of the scene in the dressing room flickering in my mind. It's cold. I opened the window by the porch and I was cooling my head off, but I'm done with that. I'll catch a cold if I keep doing this.
Shiro, you were here.
Saber, what? Is there some business?
I believe you have won and not me. I thought you were to learn magic from Rin at night.
Oh. I hit my head. I totally forgot. Thanks. I'll go right away. I run to the outbuilding and go to the second floor.
God, if we walk in on another naked girl today, I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude.
I knock on the door of the guest room that Tosca occupies. No, there's no Tosca scenes in the Saber routes.
Shiro, it's fine. I don't have my hands free at the moment, so just come on in.
Tosca's voice comes back, somehow without composure.
Oh.
Tosca has something like fucking Jesus. Tosca's shooting up. Tosca has something like a jewel in her hand, a syringe in the other hand, and a handkerchief in her mouth. Can I ask, Tosca?
Hold on.
Saying that, Tosca puts the needle into her arm. She draws blood out of herself. And taking the blood, she drips it one drop at a time onto the jewel and grasps the bloody jewel. Something like dizziness passes by. I'm barely able to tell it's the light of magical energy, but...
Only 3/10 after this much. I guess I'll have to do with the 9 I have.
Tosca slumps her shoulders and puts the stone back into some kind of a jewelry box. Tosca, I'm here for your lesson, as promised. But first, I'm curious about what she was doing.
Yeah, I was waiting. You were training your body with Saber during the day, right? Then you should train what's inside during the night.
Tosca seems happy. She's more than ready to teach. Saber says she wasn't any good at teaching, but I bet this one's the complete opposite. No, putting that aside.
Well, what should we start with? I think you were saying you can only use the strengthening magic?
Actually, could I ask you something before that? I'm curious. What were you just doing? It's dangerous to use needles on yourself.
Oh, that? I was just making magic bullets. The magics of my family are flow and conversion of power, so when I have enough to spare, I transfer my magical energy somewhere else.
Hold on, what do you mean by magic bullet and transferring magical energy?
I'm not summoning on the banner tonight. I don't have enough coins, and they never gave me my UR Mitsuki, so Ninja Tribe doesn't get my fucking money anymore.
Hit those FGO banners, though.
But those FGO banners, though! I've used 10 free summon tickets and gotten nothing good. I've been so unhappy.
The summon tickets are like, you know, it's a free summon and whatnot, but really it's just 3 Saint Chords, right?
Yeah.
You can't get like the automatic 4-star.
It would be nice if they would combine them into 10s so you could save them as 10s, but I understand why they make you use them individually. Because they want to fuck you. They're like, alright, it's a free summon, but it's not really anything good.
I got the Ruler Martha from a summon ticket.
Damn, what the fuck, dude?
So it's like, it's fun to like just kind of roll for the pure luck of it sometimes.
Yeah, I think all I ever get is CE and like level 3 people. 3-star people.
Yeah, that's like what the odds are gonna push for you. That just makes it that much more exciting when you pull a 5-star.
I just want to pull something good in a banner at some point, and all my games are failing me currently. Okay. Magic bullets are magic bullets. It's a bullet filled with magical energy. Haven't you ever heard that people's thoughts tend to go into jewels? In practice, jewels are easy.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
I thought I read something wrong. I was like, hold on, I'm blacking out.
Carry on.
No, did you have something important to say to the class?
No, she said, haven't you ever heard that people's thoughts tend to go into jewels? I'm like, no, I've never heard that in my life.
What do you mean you've never heard that? Haven't you ever heard that people's thoughts tend to go into jewels? In practice, jewels are easy targets to transfer magical energy into, but it seems my family is even more compatible with it than most.
Transferring magical energy.
Oh,
Well,
this is still me.
Yeah.
Transferring magical energy, well, for example, you have excess strength left over if you do nothing for the whole day, right? I'm storing that excess power in the jewels. You keep on doing this for days, months, and years, and that turns the jewels themselves into magic. But then the jewels have limited capacities, and I cannot control magical energy outside me. Magical energy inside the jewels is just an ignition to instantly activate a large-scale magic.
So you're putting the magical energy into the jewels as a backup?
Backup? Close but not quite. I'm just filling up a single-use disposable backpack.
So you mean you're temporarily expanding the hard disk? That's amazing. So you should be able to use as much magic as you want.
Hard disk? I don't know what you're talking about, but it's not that useful. The magical energy I put into the jewel is dyed in that jewel's attributes, so its uses? Oh, okay. So its uses become limited.
I see. But I'm surprised. I didn't know you could save up magical energy like that. Why don't other magi do something so useful?
The ability to store magical energy in something outside yourself is unique. Even your strengthening is putting magical energy into something, right? Normally whatever you put magical energy into changes in some way and uses up that magical energy. The effect of magic is instantaneous and not permanent, right? So my family does it in a way that isn't instantaneous, and we cleverly put magical energy into the jewel so that it's permanent, but other magi can do the same thing with their... What other magi can do the same thing with their bodies? I don't know why I'm reading so hard right now. That's the magic crest, the magic backup that all magi have.
Magic crest? Oh, you mean the secret that a parent hands down to their child? I don't understand too well since I don't have one.
Wait, what did you just say?
Huh? Well, they said I don't have this magic crest thing. I think Father had one, but he never gave it to me. Tuska gasps, then nods to herself.
No wonder you're an amateur, so you're really doing things from the very beginning. Yeah, then I guess it can't be helped.
Tuska, haven't you realized I don't have a magic crest?
No way, I wouldn't have let you go out by yourself if I'd known. Well, it's true that I thought you were unskilled, but if you don't have a magic crest, you're not even a magus.
She gives me a complaining look with a humph. But what is it? Her words have a warmness that sounds like relief, and it sounds as if she's envious that I'm not a magus.
Oh well, in that case, I'll explain things to you from the very beginning. Understanding the magic crest means understanding magi. Alright, you sit there. It's an important lesson, so listen up.
Here's fine? Alright, go ahead. I look into Toska's eyes with determination. She must appreciate my seriousness, as she nods in satisfaction.
Then I'll start off with something simple. You know that...
Lecture time.
What?
I said lecture time.
Oh. Then I'll start off with something simple. You know that magical energy is what you need to use magic, right? You can actually refer to anything that can activate magic as magical energy. There's an infinite variety of magical energy. There are some that perform magic using their force of will, and there are some that use that. Oh, okay. It says that.
Yeah, it's just an error, I guess.
And there are some that use magic by paying a price other than themselves. You know this much, right?
Yeah, you mean the mana, large source, and the odd, small source, right? The large source is the magical energy in the world that fills nature. The small source is the magical energy that people can create themselves.
That's right. Well done. Then let's start with the magic that uses the large source. Okay, magi without a long history, like you, Shiro, use something that already has formed to make magical energy. This is a method established as a process in ancient times, using offerings and rituals to make contact with the divine mystery. They prepare a price to pay since their powers are not sufficient. This is called the formal craft. This way, magic can be activated even if the caster's magical energy is sparse. This is because the magical energy used comes not from the caster but from somewhere else, so the caster only needs to perform the ritual. But, well, you can't do it if you don't have the knowledge. It's impossible for you right now, and anyway, such a bloody method doesn't suit you.
Right, I also don't want to sacrifice a chicken or spend the whole evening praying in a magic circle.
Right? Then putting that aside, next is the small source. So in other words, magic that is cast using the Magi's own power. I don't think I need to explain, but this is the basic use of magic for someone like you and me. Your strengthening is a magic that relies on your own magic circuit, not on borrowing anyone else's power, right?
I know. It seems this conversation's going into the main point.
Well, the function that creates magical energy for you, the magic circuit, is a hereditary constitution. The magic circuit is trained over many generations and passed on to the descendants, becoming more powerful. The child of a magi lineage is already fit to use magic just because of that. It's not fair, but it means we're different from the start.
I know that. I don't care, so you can continue on.
I don't really care either, but... Oh well, anyways, other than this magic circuit, there is also a secret magic that the family trains over the generations. It's kind of like that jewel earlier. Once one masters a magic, a magus can put their hands on that magic. Do you know the feeling of putting your hands on a magic that is naturally just formulas and has no shape?
I don't know, but I assume it's like part of your body if you can put your hands on it.
Exactly. The magic that goes beyond the level of formulas and becomes part of yourself can be left in a form. It is a great deed that establishes an unstable magic, and at the same time it is proof that the magus existed. And the magus, on the verge of death, hands down this great accomplishment in a crest, like saying, I give you this to reach the realms I could not reach. Perhaps this crest I will give you might offer some help. Hello, Minerva.
Yes? Do you want a magic crest when I die? Are you gonna give me yours? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the one handing it down and the one receiving both know the crest is of no help, though.
What? It's such a great crest and yet it's useless?
It is useful. If you're a normal magus, it's so useful that the one crest will provide you ease and comfort. But, well, it's like inheriting a car. No matter how fast you can travel on the ground, you can never reach the moon. It doesn't matter, so let's get back to the topic at hand. I think you already know by now, but this crest is the magic crest. Oh! Yes, Minerva?
Okay, in the lap, please.
Okay. The head of the family puts the magic he devoted his life to into the crest and passes it on, and the descendant completes another magic increasing the crest and passes it on again. It grows more complex like that, and a deep history is engraved into it. That's the magic crest, a chain that the magus cannot free themselves from.
So, everything about that family is recorded in the magic crest?
Oh, that's wrong. The record of the family is naturally left on paper. Only magic is in the magic crest. It can cast spells automatically and allow you to use magics that you have not acquired yet. To put it simply, it's like carving a magical circle onto your body.
Doesn't that mean you can carve the crest on anyone? You can draw magic circles many times as you want if you know the shape of it.
That's not the way it works. The magic crest is like a living thing. It's almost like transplanting organs. There's usually only one of an organ, so you can't give it away to numerous people or make copies of it. There's no point in dividing the heart into two, right? Even if you separate it, it just stops functioning.
Oh, I think you're right. Then you had the crest transplanted to you too?
I guess the term transplant was a bad example. In my case, it's on my left arm from my shoulder to my hand. But the magic crest won't show up unless I use it, so there's no need to hide it unlike the command spell. So, well, that's why a family of magi is succeeded by only one descendant. If the family happens to produce brothers or sisters, it is common for the rest of them to live normally without learning about magic. Since you can't give them the magic crest, there's not much point in even if they succeed as a magus.
Yeah, Shinji was saying that too. I see, so that's why they didn't teach Sakura.
Yes, but the inheritance of that crest itself stopped a few generations ago in the Matou family, so I assume Shinji was only taught knowledge of magic. Really, that type are the most troubling. They can't feel magic, but they still try to use it.
Cursing in a disappointed manner, Tosaka takes a deep breath.
Well, I was supposed to teach you magic, but the plan's changed. I'll have to come up with a different plan if you don't have a magic crest. Yeah, let's call it quits for tonight. I'll prepare some things for tomorrow, so please wait until then. No, you missed the mommy milkers.
Oh, yeah, you're too late. Did pass those. I can only agree, but what do you mean by preparing some things?
Just some things. If you don't have a crest, you can't switch, right? We're going to tamper inside your body, so we need drugs and medical tools and things. Ooh.
Whoa, I really felt a chill there.
What? I'll stop if you don't want to, but in that case, there'll be nothing I can teach you.
No, I don't want to, but please, you're probably correct.
Then tomorrow's plan's decided. Oh yeah, are you going to be training with Saber again tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm also worried about the bounty field at school, but there's still time till it's activated. I want to be able to fight at least a bit by then.
Well, that's fine, but it seems you aren't getting along with Saber too well in spite of that.
That's,
You guys were talking normally before dinner, but you've been silent since dinner time. I'm asking to make sure, but everything's alright between you two, right? If you guys disagree during the battle, I'm going to suffer as well. You see, I saw her nipples.
It's just that there was a small thing before dinner, and it's just a bit awkward. That's all, but are things really alright between me and Saber? Well, I think I know a bit about Saber, having trained with her all day today. Added a word. I can trust Saber as an ally. That's absolute. But if you ask me how I think of her beyond that, I can't readily answer. First of all, I don't flash back to that one very often. I guess I can drink to it, though. All my proper emotions were stolen away at that instant. Oh, really delving into the love story aspect of this game. That's a difficult question. How about you, Tosca? Do you like Saber?
I like her. There's no reason not to like her. She's strong, well-mannered, and beautiful. She's so different from my cynical guy.
Oh, we haven't even met him yet.
Yeah.
Wild. I see. So you like Saber?
What? I just said she's the kind of person I like. You should stop saying things so directly. You'll make more enemies that way.
I refuse. I'm a poor talker by nature.
I assumed so. You don't seem like the kind to be sarcastic or cynical. Yeah, I bet you think of me as a loud, annoying person, right?
Why? I like the way you say things. It wouldn't seem like you if you weren't like that. Oh. Tosca looks away from me unpleasantly. I might have angered her. Well, beyond that, I'm a bit happy right now since Tosca said she likes Saber.
Oh my god, end the night.
The day ends.
Please.
I feel uneasy with Saber sleeping next to me, so I escape to the shed once again. I stop walking and stare at the winter sky. It's not that it's exceptionally beautiful. It just calms me when I blankly feel the coldness of the winter. I don't know how long I did so, but I feel like I hear footsteps from within the darkness. Who is it? There's no reply. Footsteps come closer along with a sharp presence. I lower my waist and prepare so I can jump back anytime. Hey, I'm asking, who is it? There's no reply. The cause of the footsteps appear in front of me without stopping.
Oh!
Surprise! He's the servant that was fighting Lancer that night at school. The red-armored knight that Saber beat after she jumped over the wall. You're Tosca's servant, Archer. The man raises the sides of his mouth a bit. He smiled, so I could take that as affirmation? Something annoys me. I feel irritated for no reason, or I should say I can't get myself to like this guy. I've never talked with him, nor has he attacked me. But still, I understand the moment I see him face on. I cannot approve of him. There's no reason for it, but I just can't like him. It's just not me. It should be the same for Archer. There can't be 3 people in this world who match me so badly. He's someone like that to me, so it'll be no surprise if he considers me irritating as well.
This is so fucking funny.
I know I hate that guy. What? Weren't you gonna confine yourself to keeping watch until your injury healed? Of course, I intend to do so. I will end this ridiculous cooperation once my wound heals. That is why I've remained as a spectator, believing that I have nothing to tell you. Oh, don't hold back and stay as a spectator. I don't have anything to talk to you about either. As much as I'd like to do so, there's something I cannot overlook. It seems you are not letting Saber fight. What's wrong with that? I automatically answer it back. With clear enmity, Archer glares at me. As I thought, it is indeed something a kid like you would think. There's no need for help from others. I can do everything myself. And on top of that, there can't be any victims, huh? I'm disgusted with that attitude of yours. What? You have no reason to tell me that. I'm just going to do what I believe is right. You have no reason to complain. I have a reason. As a servant just like her, I can understand Saber's troubles. Saber must bear a large burden with a master like you. Partly because what he said is true. But even more than that, I cannot stand having this guy say it. Don't kid me, I'm not a burden to Saber. I'm gonna fight in her place, so that should be fine. Are you saying she won't get hurt if she doesn't fight? Servants are beings that only exist to fight. It's an insult to deny fighting to such a being, but telling you that won't do any good. After saying what he wants, Archer closes his mouth. For a few minutes, Archer and I confront each other silently. I gulp. His cold stare seems to be looking inside me. And suddenly... So, how shall it be, Saber's master? The Red Knight calmly requests an answer. What do you mean? Do you really intend to finish this war without fighting? Not fighting anyone, not killing anyone, and not letting anyone be killed? I didn't say I won't fight. I'll fight when the time comes. I see. So you won't kill anyone even if you fight? That's right. You have a problem with that? I wonder if you're overly optimistic thinking. I don't have the time. I'm not that crazy. Archer turns his back.
Hell yeah. What a
To
view.
show enormous traps.
Whoa! I just.
He turns his back just to fucking flex. But do not misunderstand. The superhero you're being is no more than a cleaner. Know the only people you can save like that are the ones that survive. I wonder why. Those words make me feel like I've been beaten all over. Hold on, what do you mean by a superhero being just a cleaner? You should have realized it already too. Look, your methods will not allow you to reverse a sad event or a miserable death. Those are the limits. A superhero is only someone that tidies up events that have already taken place. You'll definitely not be able to save the people you want to save the most. That's not true. The hand reaching out to save someone must be able to save that person. An ideal is only an ideal after all. As long as you embrace that ideal, the friction with reality will continue to increase. The path that you're about to take is of that sort. So you will someday face reality and will have to pay the price for your compromises. That choice of yours might end up taking the lives of many people. What? Be at least prepared. When you realize how small you are, decide what you'll make right and whom you'll punish. If you cannot do so, then throw away those dreams and magic's yours right now. His back disappears into the night.
God, Archer's design's so cool.
Oh, it's so rad.
God, they
I
did
don't
such a
really-
good job on him.
Like, his Under Armour is great.
Mm-hmm.
His coat is awesome, but doesn't make any sense to me. It's like
Right.
sleeves connected with a band.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it.
No, it's good. It's like unique too. Understand, no matter what anyone does, people that cannot be saved will always exist. All you can say with your ideal is the ideal itself. That is all humans can do. But still. Hey, wait, what are you trying to say? My question vanishes into the darkness. Archer's presence is already gone. My voice only reaches empty air. It's with him. He disappears after mouthing off like that? To summarize, he was telling me my way of thinking is too optimistic, and that I'll soon have a painful experience.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How can anyone conclude that I'm wrong before I even try? I'm ready. If I'm wrong, I'll just pay with my life. That's the readiness as a magus. I know that without having Archer tell me. I really can't get along with him. But still, I have one concern. No matter what anyone does, there will always be people that cannot be saved. Humans can only do so little. But still, can I follow that ideal without turning back even once? I mutter to myself. I feel like that's what he wanted to ask me before he stopped himself. Knowing about archery makes that scene so good.
So good.